Hello everybody, so today I'm reviewing Spider-Man Homecoming, which is the new Spider-Man movie. It's a reboot, but Marvel now have the rights to Spider-Man, so I'm very happy. This, though, which I'm very happy about, is in a way an origin story of Spider-Man, just him learning, Peter Parker learning his suit and all that sort of stuff, and learning many things about being Spider-Man. But we're not getting the big origin story this time. We're not getting the whole bitten by a spider again. So, in my opinion, that's perfect, because I don't need to see that a third time. There is a little talk about being bitten by the spider, but it's so self-aware and perfect that it just had me love this movie even more. Spider-Man Homecoming is absolutely perfect to me, and I'm so happy it's back in Marvel's hands. This is set after Civil War, and in this, it's when Tony Stark has given Peter Parker that new suit, and he's learning everything about it, and going around fighting crime. But then something happens in his town, and he now has to go up against this big villain, Vulture, played by Michael Keaton. And Michael Keaton's character has these team of people that have these weapons that are from the aliens from the Avengers film. So there's everything fitting in here from Avengers stuff, and it does work perfectly in the timeline. It doesn't feel shoehorned in or just forced into this universe. It fits perfectly for me. Tom Holland as Spider-Man is fantastic. He has the humour, he has the wit, and he just really sold this character to me, and it's the Spider-Man that I've wanted for so long. Now, I'm not saying Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1 and 2. What, there was a third? I don't remember that. But 1 and 2, for me, are movies that I do love. But for me, this Spider-Man was the best one. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, we did have the humour there and the wit, but it wasn't really what I completely wanted. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 felt too gritty in a way and didn't have the complete fun that they should have had. This realises it's fun, has its self-awareness, but then does something that is a complete game changer for Spider-Man for me. I know, a game changer with a Spider-Man movie when we've had so many now? Yes. For me, there's something that happens partway through this movie with Michael Keaton, and something that happens with Tom Holland and Peter Parker, and it's just this massive tone change to the film, which is quite dark and does add this grittiness to it. And for me, it just had me on the edge, and that's something that I didn't expect to get from Spider-Man Homecoming. A part that did have me on the edge and had me worrying. Michael Keaton as the villain is just phenomenal. He brings this fear to it. He's not used as much as I would want him to be used, but he does bring a fear to his character and is very threatening, and just there's things that happen in this that did surprise me. It doesn't feel predictable to me. It feels very well written. It's clever, it's fun, and I loved so much about it. The thing I also love is Peter Parker's friend group. He has his friend Ned, and Ned is hilarious and brilliant, and I love that character. You also have Michelle, played by Zendaya. There's something with this round near the end where I was like, yes, that is fantastic. There's another surprise for me. But the thing that I love the most is Donald Glover's character, Aaron Davis. Now, I'm not saying I loved it the most because he's not used that much in this movie, but the thing that I love is Aaron Davis is in this. And if you know about Spider-Man, you know about the newest stuff with Spider-Man, that's something exciting that he is in this, that character is in this, because that opens up so many possibilities for the rest of this universe and has me just looking forward to the future of Spider-Man and just being very happy. And I really hope they're going to do something very cool with Donald Glover playing Aaron Davis in this, because they could do something awesome. I still haven't told that much about the film, but like I've said, it's fun. Tom Holland, fantastic as Spider-Man. Michael Keaton as the villain, as Vulture, is great. The special effects are great. There's some really great editing in this as well. It's very self-aware, the comedy is brilliant, and the action scenes are very well choreographed. It's all just a really fun time, and I'm going to be seeing this many more times while it's in the cinema because I just had so much fun with it, and I do love it. Baby Driver and Spider-Man Homecoming are my two favourite films of this year so far because they both just don't have a boring moment. They fill you with excitement and joy, and I'm so happy that Spider-Man is back in Marvel's hands. Mid-credit scene, I'm just going to say these bits, mid-credit scene does open up even more stuff as well, so I'm excited for that. End credit scene is perfect. It's just the most perfect thing that Marvel has done. And I I loved it. This film gets a 5 out of 5 from me. I didn't have a bad moment with it. Funny, witty, incredible, and that moment, like I've said, where the tone changes, but it was just so brilliantly done. And it's weird to have this done by Jon Watts, who before this had done a horror film about a man who put on a clown costume and got stuck in that costume, and he also did the movie Cop Car, which is about two kids stealing a cop car, which was a great movie as well. So it was like a guy that hadn't really done that much before. I'm just looking at his other film. He had only really done short films and TV before, and then to have him do something big like this, he did it with, like I said, Cop Car and Clown, but him doing something like this was great because he did really bring something to this, and they had a bunch of great writers on this. I loved it. I loved it, and you should all go and see it. That is my review of Spider-Man Homecoming. If you have seen Spider-Man Homecoming, let's talk about it in the comments down below. I'm going to be making another video after this, which is all talking about the scenes that weren't in Spider-Man Homecoming, but were in the trailer. So, that is all for today. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone who subscribed recently, and thank you to people that have been leaving lovely comments recently. It's great. It's great. Thank you very much. I'll see you again very, very soon. Goodbye.